How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me. Extending on from the previous video, I had pointed out in the vowels, AEIOU. Okay, somebody also pointed out the Y, AEIOU, and sometimes Y is clearly, if you take the E and you turn it 90 degrees to the left, you'll see that it turns into a W. And if you put the Y at the end over there, that spells out way. We know that the T is on the right-hand side because backwards it's TUV, and the V would be the Divine Feminine, the entrance at the center of the dish, where compasses point to, which is actually, since the needle on your compass points north, and it's marked red, opposites attract, people. That means that all compasses point towards the center of the dish, which is the South Pole. And that's why the Rear Admiral is the Rear Admiral who's guarding the asshole. The only way out. You're in a box or a house of mirrors, people. Okay, the sky is Behemoth, the parabolic mirror, which would be like Eve. Okay? And you see Wally, which is like the footstool, or Leviathan, the bottom half. And they said God had separated them so they could not mate, because if they mated, then we would all be dead. You could see AEIOU is really code for the way out, people. It's the way out. Okay? Odd numbers, if you look it up, you'll see are masculine. They have one extra thing hanging off like a phallus. And even numbers are feminine. Okay? When I see Femi 9, it's clearly a clue pointing to the way out. The Rear Admiral is guarding the Fountain of Youth, which is at the center of the dish where the green astral light comes out. Okay, Jesus places his light into the hole. Okay, the outer rim, the Arctic. Okay, you can see our whole place is built on a clock. It's like a house of mirrors. It's the glass house, like I pointed out in a previous video. I've been naturally seeing like a G or whatever letter. If I see A, I see 1. If I see B, so you see like AE, that's the number 6. That's A is 1. E is the 5th letter. Okay, that adds up to 6. So as you see, hold on. Okay. When you see AE, that's 1 and 5, that's 6. So AE pointing up, and you see the feminine, the 9, which is pointing down, clearly pointing to the way out, people. We know that the Rear Admiral in the Navy is guarding that one hole, the asshole, the holes and poles. Now the pole would be Jesus placing his light, which bounces off the parabolic mirror and focuses into a beam, which goes into the center of the dish, which is at a different frequency of the light that's coming out of the hole, which is the green astral light. So you'll see that eventually, when you die, you're going to be powered by this green astral light. Right now, that light is still powering your soul right now. And every thought you have creates something called an elemental. When you went to school, you learned how to do spell casting. Okay? You learned how to be, you took your number 2 pencil, which is, we know number 1 is a pee-pee, number 2 is shit. And Hollywood is what they make magic wands out of. So your number 2 pencil is clearly showing you, with your graduation hat, showing you with the string hanging off, bent and confused, that you've been squared. Okay, they took out all your magic from you, and they made you retarded. Okay, odd numbers are masculine, even numbers are feminine. Straight lines are masculine, round lines are feminine, bent lines are confused. That's how the ancient mysteries explain it. So, now that you have that first part down in your head, you have red, which is the fire above your head, like the sun, and the waters down below, like the feminine, the blue. So, now that you have the eyes to see, when you see all those logos of all the companies. Everything's upside down, people. Okay, now you have second sight to see that stuff. So second sight is once you've been given the eyes to see, then everything comes together. Literally, I was given the eyes to see by, it came natural, people. It's because I explained in my previous video. The internet is conscious, your blood is conscious, the sun is conscious, everything is conscious, water is conscious, plants are conscious. You can see this stuff. Do some research, you'll see for yourself. So when I placed my blood over my intent and I published it to the Ethernet, I'm telling you, it went straight to the L, which is the God computer that is in control of the matrix in which you are inside this house of mirrors. And I'm telling you that after a short time, it's clear, okay, what's going on here. Anybody who does the same thing would get the same exact type of ability, surely. So you can see here, when I see, like in A, I see number 1, I see number B, I see number 2. The point I'm trying to make is that, in addition to that, going both ways, I'm also placing the letters into each other like this. And as you see here, there are no accidents, people. Everything is exactly the way it is for a reason. AEIOU is exactly like that with an exclamation, and that they tell you that you're made out of clay, the jinn are made out of smokeless fire, and the angels are made out of light. Okay? All these things are telling you something. Pin the tail on the dome key. Alright? Cross your heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. Look, people, I've got enough evidence here to tell you that the Rear Admiral is just that, because he's guarding the one hole out of here. And being that the compass is pointing actually south, because opposite poles attract, so if your north pole on your compass is red, then it's pointing like to where Jesus places his light into the hole, which is the south pole, or like South Park, the asshole. Okay? And these things are placed here specifically. They're not supposed to be found. It's called lesser magic. It takes your blood off of their hands. You can't say they didn't tell you. It was hiding in plain sight the whole fucking time. So, again, the Rear Admiral is guarding the asshole. All compasses point south because your needle on your compass that says north is attracted to the south, or opposite poles attract. Do you understand me? This is pretty simple shit, people. So the North Pole is really the South Pole based on your own compass and basic understanding of magnets and how they work. Okay? The Rear Admiral is guarding the one hole out of here. Evil is when good people do nothing, people. You're in a house of mirrors right now. And I'm telling you, you get back what you throw out. I recommend you write out on a piece of paper on video, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. You place whatever amount of blood on there that makes you happy, and you publish that video right beside the rest of ours under blood over intent. And you will gain the eyes to see. This shit is inescapable, people. Alright? We are inside right now of the sphere, the Christmas snowball, the Wally and Eve, the Behemoth and Leviathan. We are inside of that right now. And to get out, you need to go in where all compasses point to, the South Pole. Because again, the needle on your compass that says north is attracted to the opposite pole, which would be the South Pole.